Let's compact this one down. Great start once again from Leonie Bentveld, Annie van Alphen, Inge van der Heijden. We just see on this first shot here. And there was quite a few riders that had a lot of work to do to try and get back through to the front. I mean, you can see at this point here where the likes of Puk Pieterse are, for example, but Van der Heijden and Van Alphen, great starts, maybe paid for it a little bit when the group came back to them.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, they went out really, really hot, and on their second laps really paid the price for that effort. And when they were reabsorbed back into that chasing group, I saw a small mistake from Van der Heijden at that point on that cambered section. Unfortunately for her, she was back into that chasing group and kind of got swamped a little bit once they were caught, and really paid the price for this opening lap.
Did indeed. The group just little by little coming back to them. You saw Sara Casasola from that long shot as well. It's good to see the Italian recovering, coming back into form. Puk Pieterse also looking super strong today, especially earlier on.
Yeah, we saw last weekend her second lap in Namur was very, very quick, and today it was on the third lap that she really kind of threw her hat into the ring, went all in, but then couldn't really break the group behind. And then they started playing the teammate cards, the two Fenix riders riding really well as a pairing, trying to get one over on Brand at this point. But here it was, Brand came to the front for the first time, and it was Alvarado, the only rider to be able to go with her on that fourth lap.
There was multiple times today where you thought there was no coming back in this scenario today for various riders. But the race just kept going till the end.
There was big gaps, as you see on our screens right now. It's hard to believe that Van Alphen basically came back to this pair in the final couple of laps. This pair really knocked off the gas. That's how hard they had gone to create the gap. But neither one of them wanted to continue all the way to the line with that effort. So they kind of backed off, reassessed, and then went once more over those kind of final two laps.
Just saw Annie van Alphen, how deep she was having to dig to try and get back to this lead. And for her, it's not a disaster in terms of losing that World Cup leaders jersey, but this was a key moment.
Yeah, that final lap, Brand carried the speed all the way around the outside, then was able to ride that climb on that final lap and really opened up those kind of probably 10 bike lengths or so over Alvarado, and then just tried to continue with the effort all the way to the line, running really impressively through the sand sections. But that gap was just staying the same, and this is where we saw the big mistake from Brand. That first big mistake in the sand allowed Alvarado to almost close down. Then the second mistake allowed Alvarado to come up over the top of Brand at this point with just a quarter of a lap of racing to go.
It was backwards and forwards. Get through to the front, dictate the pace, allow yourself a moment of recovery if you can. But Lucinda Brand was having none of it.
Certainly wasn't up over the bridge for the final time, and Alvarado was nearly back to the wheel, but just about run out.
Congratulations. I guess this is what they call digging deep and beyond.
Yeah, definitely. It was a really hard final, and I felt lactate everywhere.
Can you talk us through that final lap?
Yeah, I think it started already before. I thought after it was hard in the middle of the race, I have to try to start a bit earlier into the final. And Ceylin was just flying around today. Of course, also a typical lap for her, turning around every time. And I got her tired, but not tired enough. And she kept fighting back. So yeah, then I had this little error in one of the last sand sectors. The line was gone. And yeah, so she could take over. And then I found a moment that she couldn't stand on the pedals anymore. I just thought I have to take my chance now.
Definitely. Let's have a look at the top 10 for today's Lucinda Brand. Takes it ahead of Ceylin Alvarado, Annie van Alphen, Puk Pieterse, Christina Zemanova, Shirin van Amroy, Sara Casasola, Inge van der Heijden in 8th, Manon Bakker in 9th, and Leonie Bentveld, our U23 leader, our under-23 category leader, takes 10th. Minute and 25 separating that top 10. national anthem of the Netherlands for our podium for Lucinda Brandt. It's an all-Dutch podium. Ceylin Alvarado in second spot. Annick van Alphen in third. We're not far away now for...